everyone, welcome to today's topic Lucas numbers and their relation to Fibonacci numbers. In the previous video, you have already done Fibonacci numbers. How do we define them? We take two initial values 1 and 1, we will add them, which gives us the next number 2. To this 2 we add the previous number 1 and we get 3. To the 3 we add the previous number 2 and we get 5. This is how Fibonacci numbers are generated. Now, if you change the starting values or the initial values and we start with 1 and 3 and we add them, we will get 4. Add 4 to the previous value 3, you will get 7. Add 4 to 7, you will get 11. Now, what you get is the Lucas numbers. So, Lucas numbers also follow a recurrence relation. Ln is equal to L of n minus 1 plus L of n minus 2 for all values of n greater than 2. See, this equation means we are adding to the value you've got the previous value. This is all it means. We take the starting values L1 as 1 and L2 as 3. Some of the Lucas numbers are listed here 1, 3, 4, 7, 11, 18, 29, 47. One more thing, you can also have negative Lucas numbers. They are given by L of minus n is equal to minus 1 to the power n ln. So you have Lucas numbers on both the sides. Let's look at Binet's definition of ln. Ln is nothing but alpha to the power n plus beta to the power n, and you already know that the Fibonacci numbers fn are given by alpha to the power n minus beta to the power n upon alpha minus beta, where alpha and beta are the roots of a quadratic x square minus x minus 1 is equal to 0. Alpha is equal to 1 plus root 5 by 2 and beta is equal to 1 minus root 5 by 2. If you recall, we had defined what alpha and beta are when we did the Fibonacci numbers. Let's look at some identities. Just like Fibonacci numbers, Lucas numbers also follow some identities. If we add our n Lucas numbers, L1 plus L2 going up to Ln, we will be getting L of n plus 2 minus 3, where n is greater than equal to 1. If you add all the Lucas numbers which have an odd suffix, starting with L1 plus L3 go up to L of 2 and minus 1, you will be getting L of 2 and minus 2 for all values of n greater than equal to 1. If you take all the Lucas numbers which have an even suffix, that is L2 plus L4 dash 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 going up to L of 2n, you will be getting L of 2n plus 1 minus 1. Same for all values of n greater than equal to 1. If you add the square of all the Lucas numbers starting with L1, so if we take L1 square plus L2 square go up to Ln square, we will be getting Ln into L of n plus 1 minus 2. Let's come to the fifth one. Ln plus 1 whole square minus Ln square will always give us L of n minus 1 into L of n plus 2 for all values of n greater than equal to 2. And Ln square is equal to L of n plus 1 into L of n minus 1 plus 5 into minus 1 to the power n for n values again greater than equal to 2. Look at this seventh identity. Ln into L of n plus 1 minus L of 2n plus 1 will always be equal to either plus 1 or minus 1. That is minus 1 to the power n for all values of n greater than equal to 1. Look at the eighth one. L of 2n plus 7 times minus 1 to the power n will always be L of n minus 2 into L of n plus 2 for all values of n greater than equal to 3. And look at this last one. L of n minus k plus L of n plus k is equal to Ln into Lk for all even values of k, and 5 times f of k into fn, all odd values of k. But this will hold for all values of n. Let's try this identity for some values of n and k. I have taken a table here of fn and ln for n values 1 to 7. Now, what if we take n to be 3 and k to be 2? So we are starting with an even value of k. In that case, our identity L of n minus k will become 3 minus 2 plus L of 3 plus 2. Now this is nothing but L of 1 plus L of 5. And you know what is L of 1? From the table you see L of 1 is 1 and L of 5 is 11. So we get 12. Now, if you look at the right hand side, Ln into L of k. So that would be L of 3, L of 2. L of 3 is nothing but 4 and L of 2 is nothing but 3, which again gives us 12. So the left hand side is equal to the right hand side. Now let's try what happens when we take k value to be odd. So if n is 3 and k is equal to 1, which is odd, what will happen to the left hand side? You know that left hand side will be 3 minus 1, L of 3 minus 1 plus L of 3 plus 1, which is nothing but L of 2 plus L of 4. And what is L of 2? You can see it is 3. What is L of 4? You can see it is 7. So we get 10. And look at the right hand side. What should we get? F of k into f of n and then multiply by 5. So 5 times we should get f of n and f of k. You know this is 5 into what is f of n? N is 3. So f of 3 is 2 and f of k, which is f of 1, is 1. So we again get 10. So you have already checked the identity. Now, a few things to note. First of all, Lucas numbers L4, L8, L16, L32, etc. all have 7 as the final digit or the last digit. That is, L 2 to the power n will always be congruent to 7 mod of n for all values of n greater than equal to 2. Another thing, no Lucas numbers are divisible by 5, although some Fibonacci numbers are. Terms of the Lucas number satisfy 2 to the power n into ln congruent to 2 mod of n. Now let's see how Lucas numbers and Fibonacci numbers are connected. So again I have taken the table. Here the only thing is that I have taken n value as 0 also, and fn will be 0 for n is equal to 0 and ln will be 2. Rest of the table is the same. Look at the first relation between the two. Ln is nothing but f of n minus 1 plus f of n plus 1. You know what it means? It means that if we add alternate Fibonacci numbers, that will give me the ln. So here it means that if I add 1 and 2, we will get our Fibonacci number. And take 1 and 3, add them, you will get 4. Take 2 and 5, you will get 7. So this is what this identity means. Or you can say 2 times f of n minus 1 plus fn. You can try for other values too. They alternate Lucas numbers L of n minus 1 and L of n plus 1. They add up to give you 5 times fn. F of 2n is always f of n into ln. Now let's look at this identity. F of n plus k plus f of n minus k. This will give us fn into lk when k is even and fk into ln when k is odd. That is the suffix change. So you can try by taking different values of n and k. This will hold. Relation between the two, ln square is equal to fn square plus 4 times f of n plus 1 into f of n minus 1, and 2 times f of m plus n is equal to fm into ln plus lm into fn for all m and n. One thing you have to remember, the GCD of the Fibonacci numbers and the Lucas numbers will always be either 1 or 2 for all values of n greater than equal to 1. Look at this identity. Ln square minus 5 fn square is always equal to 4 times minus 1 to the power n. And lm into ln plus 5 fm into fn is nothing but 2 times L of m plus n. For f of n greater than equal to 5, no ln is divisible by fn. Next point, 5 will always divide ln minus L of n minus 4. And lastly, ln is congruent to 1 mod of n if n is a prime. So these are some of the identities. Let's come to the applications part. Lucas numbers are used in primality testing. As I had mentioned in my previous video, the Lucas-Lehmuth test is used for finding whether a given number is a Mersenne prime or not. They are also used in circuit designing, in biological research for finding the growth of the cells. They help in describing certain geometric shapes and polyhedral arrangements and tiling. In computer science, they are used in recursive algorithms, in cryptography, in Luke crypto system, in combinatorics, they are used for tiling problems. In graph theory, the vertices of some of the cyclic graphs are Lucas numbers. They're also used for finding the solution of certain Diophantine equations, and not the least, in art and architecture, they are used. You can find them in nature also. You remember we had studied about how spirals are formed by the seeds of sunflower. Same way, sometimes the number of spirals align with Lucas numbers. So these are few of the applications which we have mentioned here. Few things again to note. The ratio of two consecutive Lucas numbers also converges to 5, just like Fibonacci numbers. When powers of 5 are approximated, we get the Lucas numbers. You can try this. It's a wonderful result. Limit n tending to infinity, ln by fn will always be root of 5. And lastly, remember guys, the Lucas sequences form the second row of the Wythoff array. Of course, the first row is the Fibonacci sequence. Thank you for watching. For detailed notes and practice problems, you can go to my website www.profpritibajpai.com. You'll also find my class lectures there.